Hey guys, today we're gonna be watching an interesting one. Or while I hope it to be interesting, this one is historical misconceptions for you to bring up during family dinner by Salmonella Academy. Let's just I guess get right into the video. Oh,
Hey
that's not.
kid. Yeah, you. I just got off the phone with the big man upstairs,
Oh,
and he told me that I need to clear a few things up around here. So without further ado, here's 10 pieces of malarkey that you might still be spreading. Number 1. Nobody was ever burned to death at the Salem witch trials. Of the accused, 15 died in prison, 19 were hanged, and 1 was squished to death. That last one is way more interesting than any cremation, by the way. Dude was a badass. His name was Giles Corey. He was 81 years old
yeah.
and so done with the town of Salem's garbage that he wouldn't even dignify the trial with a plea. So the town stuck him between two boards and
Badass.
stacked rocks on top of him in an effort to draw out a confession. But every time they tried to get something out of him, all he would say was, "More weight." This went on for 3 solid days until he finally died, never giving any indication as to whether or not he was a witch. One can only wonder.
Huh. Yeah, no, the movie, oh, what's it called? It has this famous actor in it that I can't remember the name of. It was it's a good movie, despite obviously the over dramatization and historical accuracies in it. It's still a good movie, and the bit about Giles Corey being squished is actually really good in the movie. I think it's literally called Film Witch Trial. No. Oh, it's based off of a play from like the 50s. Can't remember what it's called, but it's a movie about the Salem witch trials. It's like from the early 2000s, if not late 90s. I recommend that movie. I enjoyed watching it when I was in high school. We had to in one of my English classes that I had years and years ago. It was only about 6 years ago. But yeah, good movie. Actually, yeah, and I think also there's no witch burnings. Actually, that movie probably pretty accurate. Now that I look back on it, huh? Interesting.
Number 2, the OG Buddha wasn't the obese guy. That's Budai, a Chinese folk character meant to represent Maitreya, aka future Buddha. Now this shirt is double sad. Number 3, Buddha wasn't a god either.
Yeah, no, Buddha was a pretty skinny dude because he didn't eat much when he was on his path to enlightenment to become the Buddha, the enlightened one.
He was just a guy named Gautama. Now this shirt is triple sad. Number 4, ever heard of a vomitorium? Turns out no, it's not a place where Roman nobles would go to make room for more pheasant spleen and lobster eyelids. It's just a big entranceway to the Colosseums that hordes of peasants would spew out of. Number 5, Washington never cut down a cherry tree in his youth. I don't get this one at all. Apparently,
Hold up, did this guy make this in Microsoft Paint? I think he did. I like it.
it's supposed to paint the man in a good light somehow. It's like, Tyler, what the hell happened while we were gone? Where's the tree in the front yard? Oh yeah, that was me. Got bored. Just felt like vandalizing something, you know? Hey, what about my honest character? Number 6, the pyramids weren't actually built by slaves. These workers were respected members of society. They ate meat and worked in 3-month shifts, and even got to be buried right next to the tomb after their death. Matter of fact, that's more than we can say for the people working on man's greatest achievements today. If I spent years of my life helping to build the space station, you're damn right I'd want the Salmonella Memorial Corpse Receptacle floating along right next to it. That would
Oh, okay. Yeah.
be amazing. Number 7, the Great Wall of China is not the only
Very accurate Earth. You know what? Probably more accurate than I can draw.
man-made object visible from space. I don't know where you dipshits got this one.
Yeah, no, it cannot be seen from space. It cannot. It just can't. No. It can't. It's not wide enough. And it's certainly not tall enough.
from. First of all, there's no way you could see it with the unaided eye. The wall
Yep.
is like 30 meters thick at most, while the distance to outer space is generally recognized to be 100 kilometers up, known as the Kármán line. To give some perspective, that's like me holding up a standard-sized guitar pick from across the entire length of a football field and asking you what color it is. Also, there are plenty of man-made objects that are way bigger in terms of local surface area than the Great Wall, so even if it was visible,
Wow. Hold up. Home Depot parking lots are that fucking huge? Huh. Dang.
there's no way it would be the only one. Number 8, you might have heard this one before. You know, Hitler was a jerk and all, but hey, he made the Autobahn, so at least he was efficient. Actually, Hitler didn't create the Autobahn. It was already there. He just helped expand it into newer territory. In a similar vein, Mussolini didn't make the trains run on time, with most of Italy's infrastructure repairs happening before his rise to power in 1922, and even then they weren't nearly as punctual as he'd like you to believe. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to find something else to like about these fascists. Like Hitler's elegant way of speaking. Or the way Mussolini says spaghetti. Number 9,
I'm sorry I'm not adding much words to this, but I'm just... I don't think I've ever seen this video before, and I'm loving... Oh, this is great.
Iron Maidens weren't actual torture devices used in medieval times. Basically what happened is, some archaeologists in the 1800s saw an old metal coffin and some spikes, and said, yo, wouldn't it be wildin' if we put these things up in here, so that way if someone goes in it, they get poked in their bits? You are a sick man, Cornelius. I like it. Into the museum it goes. At least Iron Maiden was real. They were as real as it gets. Still are. And don't you forget it. Number 10, Einstein never failed math. He had mastered both integral and differential calculus by the age of 15. 99% chance this one was just made up to make glue eaters feel better about themselves. Well, congratulations, Dimitri. Looks like you failed pre-algebra for the 3rd time. Afraid you still can't graduate. Well, hey, that means I'm still on par with famous smart science man, so yeah, worship me. So it just goes to show that we've all got a lot to learn about the world around us. That's why you need...
Okay. Short video. Very brief explanations on these misconceptions. Was not expecting 10. I was probably expecting like 5. Like 1 a minute or something. But, good video. Yeah, these... Accurate. I feel like though this is more definitely for a general audience and not for a historical crowd, because I feel like if you, for the most part, if you are someone that is interested in history, these are kind of misconceptions you would have already like debunked for yourself. Maybe not the Salem witch trials one about the burning. That one's not as popular to research, so like understandable that even people that study history may not know that, because obviously that, like for me, I study Alfred the Great and Wessex in the late 700s, 800s, early 900s time period. Probably more accurately the late 800s to early 900s. That means I am not going to know much about Charlemagne, even though that's roughly in the same time period. So it's like an American slave historian, I guess, knowing about the Salem witch trials. He might know something. They might know something, but they're not going to know a lot. Like, I know some things about Charlemagne, but don't expect me to have a expert opinion on it, you know? So, yeah. But I feel like most of these misconceptions were definitely something like it would take like 2 seconds to figure out. And there was another one. There was another one that was a good. Oh, the Iron Maiden. The Iron Maiden. I didn't. What were Iron Maidens for? I don't know actually. Comment down below what you watched this far, and if you know what the point of a real Iron Maiden was, what it did, I'd like to know. Anyways, that's going to do it for the video today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to leave a suggestion down below as to what you'd like to see me react to next. And always, you guys enjoyed. I already said that. I think I'm suffering short-term memory loss. Anyways, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thank you.